Okay, so here's a stereotypical, the video that I'll cut to here in just a little bit, I actually recorded first, and that was identifying a drone layer before they start capping it. But here's a perfect example of a very clear to identify. And you know, drone layers can be either a queen that failed and a worker bee or several worker bees developed their ovaries and started laying unfertilized eggs, which create drones. Or it could be an old queen. In this example, or in this case, because these are all splits from cells, I would venture to say it was probably a queen that failed to either come back or mate successfully. Could even be a queen that failed to mate successfully and is laying, but probably a worker. As you can see, I mean, this colony still has a decent population of bees, but once bees develop a drone layer, there's really not much you can do with them, and you just want to shake them out. But even be careful shaking them out next to another colony, especially if you have a colony that's about the same strength as this one that's queen right. Sometimes if you shake the drone laying colony out and these bees go into the queen right one, they can kill the queen and supersede, or kill her rather, not supersede her. So yeah, just one of those things that, you know, a lot of times what I'll do is we'll just leave them out in the field until we're ready to collect equipment, then we'll shake them out. But anyways, there's a drone layer for you. And now we'll cut to the next video, or the video I recorded first, on identifying a drone layer before they're, you know, I thought this might be a really good learning experience. Well, everything with bees is a good learning experience, but as far as identifying a drone laying colony, now this colony obviously already kind of caught my attention because it's weaker, and so I was wanting to dig a little bit deeper into it. And I want to advise, especially if this is your first, second year of beekeeping, don't jump the gun on this, just because I would hate for you to call out a colony that's actually really good. But here's see if I can get this in the sun a little bit better. I mean, it looks like a beautiful laying pattern, but if you look at it from an angle, you can see how they're raising the comb to facilitate, like there's a really good example right there. See if I can, where's my finger? Like, see how they're raising the comb to facilitate a larger brood, i.e. drone. And so this is a colony that's a drone layer. Now, like I said, once again, if this is your first or second year of beekeeping, put it aside, put the hive back together, wait till they start capping it, and then you can really tell that it's a drone layer. But I don't know if you can, this is actually a better one. You can see those domed cells that are right in the middle of the frame face, and that is just a stereotypical drone laying pattern, and that's a colony that's lost. Usually what I would do is just shake the bees out, and then just, you know, take your equipment, let the brood die by itself, simply because, you know, drone brood is a great environment for varroa. But yeah, that's the, shake the equipment out, take the frames, set them aside. If you shake the bees out and put the equipment back, the bees will just come back. But yeah, that's a drone layer for you, and just kind of an identifier of it. We'll see if we can't find some better representations of it. But there's one that's just, like I said, if you didn't know better, it looks like perfectly good drone, or perfectly good regular brood. But if you look at it, they're starting to raise the cell height to facilitate that larger drone size. And so that colony is a goner.